The seven seals of a rainbow reveals a body of light that is real light, when all seven seals unite in the covenant that arcs the Ark of the Covenant. G is us, the first and the last body of light that comes from our future and our past, the singularity of every religion's God, Son of God, or messenger. And the Bible clearly tells humans where a messenger or Messiah will be able to see Jesus' return, or what they call Jesus, to deliver the message that unites all of humanity as the true tribe of Israelites. Luke, find the Skywalker, and I can find the Skywalker, equal to Ezekiel, when your father's atoms from his serpent or sperm merge and take a bite out of your mother's egg, forbidden fruit. At the eve of your creation, it creates a spark of light that is real light, a real life halo that falls down from the kingdom of heaven, that is real light and not of this earth. Right now, I'm just trying to find that messenger to deliver that message to Abrahamic religions. Drag on and remove sugar from your skull. Dragon breath. If you study spontaneous combustion in dying humans or humans that have died, they suffer catastrophic organ failure, meaning all of their organs were systematically failing over a long period of time, and their body tried to force them to stop using glucose and switch over to ketones that oxidize into acetone, that remove heavy metals, plaque, toxins, and carcinogens that lead to improper cellular function so your cells can repair itself while supercharging apoptosis and autophagy, the cannibalism and suicide of damaged cells, forcing your epigenetics to create new ones. So you think about religion's fasting and nature, God, evolution, trying to have you do ketones and repair yourself naturally how you were intended to, and doctors telling you not to do ketosis because then you have to pay them money. Who's right? God, nature, evolution, or doctors? Getting ready to make my super drink, but something to think about. Alexander Fleming in 1928 discovered penicillin at St. Mary's Hospital. Bacteriologist. I'm going to use this whole bottle for one drink. Now, what we don't tell you about Alexander Fleming is he was infatuated with the daily bread the Vatican used to cast out demons in people. And what we don't tell you today is you can make pure penicillin to heal your body on bread, on your daily bread, just like the Vatican does. Now imagine if you were deathly ill or sickly, and we put you in a ketogenic state to purge all the heavy metals, toxins, and carcinogens out of your body, right? Inducing apoptosis and autophagy while giving you your daily bread with a dose of penicillin. Back in the day, it'd be a miracle that the Vatican wouldn't tell you how it works. You think about synesthesia, seeing and tasting light, and then reading about the seven archangels that exist in the seven arcs that angle, and when they unite, they create the first and the last body of light that is real light, that comes from our future and our past. Think how magnificent that is? The seven arcs that angle contain seven archangels. In the covenant that arcs the Ark of the Covenant. What is a covenant in Abrahamic religions? A rainbow. Where does it exist? The seven seals of revelation. A revelation. What is a revelation? An epiphany of knowledge. An Ark of the Covenant. The covenant is in the sky in the seven seals of revelation for all of humanity. It's not some box buried somewhere for only a few men. Right? Under the soul of a man's temple resides Iris, the gateway that is small and narrow, or the Holy Grail. Sophie just got a bath so I could kickstart my olfactory, or the foundation behind my memorization that holds the neuroplasticity of my psychology and memory that built my dexterity. Now, the seven swords from the seven lords of Telemarine can cut the seven seals needed to raise a king in the covenant that arcs the Ark of the Covenant. Now repair your synesthesia, son. Sincerely, the Inklings. In order to summon the seven archangels, you need to find the correct seven archangels. Archangels, archangel. The seven seals of a rainbow reveals a body of light, the Israelite, when all seven seals unite in the covenant that arcs the Ark of the Covenant. An archangel. Where were the archangels ever seen? In the ark of an angle, all 33 degrees. The seven seals of a rainbow reveals the body of light that is your light when all seven seals unite. In the covenant that arcs, the ark of the covenant. In order to summon the seven archangels, you need the correct seven archangels. Free my son. Jesus. Jesus. There's a deer. Oh dear. Making me and my wife chorizo and eggs? Now I always tell people, my opinion doesn't matter, and children see everything. And what I mean by that is when I go on walks sometimes and go about town, sometimes teenage kids and young kids tell me, somebody in my neighborhood sold their Corvette or something like that and tried to pay somebody off after they set up rape scenarios, and they're glad that person never took the money to be paid to not speak up about rape scenarios that person set up in other people's lives that these children got to witness with their own eyes. And these kids are now coming to the conclusion that the person that did that, set up those scenarios and then sold some of his personal property to pay off somebody to keep them quiet, will never be able to protect their family from the people who do those things, since they participate in doing those things themselves. Birds of a feather flock together. So my chorizo and eggs? So let's think about this. Grown men in my community made sure sexually exploited women and children, and just regular women and children in my community, got to see they're allowed to set up rape scenarios, they're allowed to set up abductions, right? And when those abductions fail and the women don't disappear or get returned home, they try to pay people off with a lot of money, right? They made sure women and children in our community that are put in a sexually exploited position never trust the military, the FBI, or the local police. Why would they do that? And the women that are successfully abducted, are they ever found again? Right? Do women in my neighborhood around these men actually ever go missing? And would anybody ever know these men do these things had the people who were offered money to shut up taken the money and shut up? Would anybody ever know this stuff happens? The seven arcs that angle in the seven seals of Revelation hold an apocalypse, or the seven archangels that unite to create the first and the last body of light that comes from our future and our past, the singularity of every religion, even Christianity, that turns one seed into 100 bushels, turns water into wine, kills the bacteria that creates leprosy, curing lepers, walks on water, leaves invisible footprints on the beach, sacrifices itself for your carnal sins of temptation to create the ATP of every baby's biology. G is us, right? There's a body of light that is real light when the seven seals unite. In the covenant that arcs, the Ark of the Covenant, with a halo upon its head, fiery pillars for legs, lightning for hair, staff, scepter in one hand, yellow book or scroll light in the other, that Christianity calls Jesus, that sacrifices itself for all babies. Light, mitochondria, DNA. It's the only way. Didn't get enough sun in the summer, now your health's a bummer. Who you going to call? Courtney Hunt, MD, and Genetic Protocol. I have high-functioning autism, savant syndrome. In my entire life, I've been on different medications for that. And when I get something to work on, I'm taken off my meds. And then when I'm done with my project, I get put back on my meds. The last few years, I've weaned myself off of all of my meds because a doctor pointed out if they take me off my meds to work on things, obviously it's better for my brain to not be on the meds. But I do have methylation disorder, which is really common in people with high-functioning autism. So I've been taking this mito-enhanced PQQ and this methylfolate complex. It helps your mitochondria create the energy for your brain, for your thinking power. But, yeah, light mitochondria DNA, it's the only way. Give it a shot, Genetic Protocol. Salmonella. When your father's atoms from his serpent or sperm merge and takes a bite out of your mother's egg, the forbidden fruit or apple, at the eve of your creation, their independent Higgs fields destroy each other, creating a spark of light that is real light, or new Higgs field that falls down from the kingdom of heaven that is real and not of this earth to trap consciousness and transfer it into a newly created biological 666 carbon vessel to grow on a branch umbilical cord on the tree of life placenta in the Garden of Eden womb until it becomes full term and is kicked out to toil the soil naked. The apocalypse that unites all of humanity as the true tribe of Israelites, or the children of light, or God that Abrahamic religion states they are, right? A new Higgs field, trapping consciousness in a newly created biological 666 carbon vessel, or halo, Israel light.